on the Buckingham Palace. You can actually learn a great deal about them. Alright, let's check out a few interesting facts about these fellas. Now, most people are already familiar with these guys, but for those who don't know what they do, well, they guard Her Majesty. They don't call them Queen's Guard for no reason. They're also on the lookout for any possible threat pointed at other members of the royal family. They wear red uniform and black hats. Talking about the ammo, these guys rarely have it, only when the danger levels are picking up, but that almost never happens. One of these guardsmen has a Reddit account where he spilled the beans that over the course of his service he haven't seen a single bullet. So what the heck? Looks like those guns are just elements of design. Now, about the hats, what are those? The history of the famous long black hat dates back to God knows how long. In the olden days, those hats were supposed to scare off the enemies of the royal family. Now, I don't know how it worked, but it did. These hats used to scare the shit out of people. They have these weird straps that are fastened on their guards' noses. For safety reasons, of course. That is, if a hat was hit with a bullet and fall off, it actually wouldn't break its carrier's neck, because these hats are damn heavy, 5 kilos easily, and they're made from a fur of a genuine black bear. The animal rights activists were banging their heads against those hats to make the government change the policy and make the guards wear fake fur hats, but that didn't happen. Not everyone can become the Queen's Guard, you know. You have to pass a military test first. It's called BARB, and BARB stands for British Army Recruit Battery. They check your mental capacity and see how logical you are. Also, you gotta be tall. You gotta be at least 6 feet. And despite the fact that only the best of the best can become Her Majesty's furry buddies, they don't get a lot of money for this kind of job, just about 800 pounds. As you may know, these guys keep their chatterbox closed, except for the times they really gotta say something. You're not likely to want to hear them speak anyways, because they only talk when there's threat and warnings involved. Usually, you hear them say things like, "Make way for the Queen's Guard." It's the kind of thing they yell to give stuck tourists a push. Now, you can argue that a Queen's Guardsman's job is boring, because it's very tedious and dull. The same Reddit user says it does all kinds of things in his head for amusement. Once, he even tried to reproduce an entire movie in his head. I mean, what would you do if you had to stay on the same spot for many hours straight? If you stare them in the eyes, they might start staring back at you. They really don't like when tourists start copying them, mocking the way they walk, doing little things like that, and some of them are very touchy, like most people. Imagine how these guys hate the heat. Not only they're obliged to wear those bear hats, the main trouble is that they're not allowed to wipe the sweat. If the heat is too much to bear, visitors are allowed to water the guards, sort of like trees, so they grow large and give more fur. Being on Her Royal Majesty's service, these guys get to see a lot of officials from different countries. The guy from Reddit says that he still remembers the day he met the Queen when it was on guard in Windsor Castle. He says that she and her hubby came and asked some questions, and he also mentions that the Queen possesses a couple of adorable pups, which happen to be corgis. The Redditor says that the Queen was as canny as her 2 little companions. Now, you might be surprised to know that these guys can laugh, and though they are very laugh resistant and don't get distracted easily, some tourists are way too funny not to laugh at. So occasionally, they crack. I think a lot of you guys would like to meet these fellas and try to make them laugh. Alright, if you like this video, don't forget to press the like button and subscribe. Stick around for more episodes. We'll see you next time.